We begin with a lie. The lie that agreeableness is the same thing as goodness. In our modern world, we are taught from the cradle that the nice person is a virtuous person. But Carl Jung, the Swiss titan of psychology, saw through this facade. He understood that nice is often a mask, a thin, brittle veneer used to hide profound lack of character. When you are too nice, you are not being a saint. You are being a ghost. You are a person who refuses to take up space, refuses to have an opinion, and refuses to stand for anything. This is a persona at its most pathological. It is a social contract designed to ensure safety at the cost of the soul. Behind that calm, neutral face on the left side of our mirror is not a hero, but a prisoner who has traded their freedom for a life without conflict. But conflict is the forge of the human spirit. Without it, you do not exist. You only occupy space. Look closely at the right side of the face. This is a shadow. It is everything you decided is unacceptable about yourself. Your anger, your ambition, your sexual desires, your capacity for aggression, and your deep-seated selfishness. When you spend your life being too nice, you are effectively trying to amputate half of your humanity. But Jung warned us, that which we do not bring into consciousness will emerge in our lives as fate. The more you suppress the shadow, the more it rots. It becomes a distorted, cracked reflection. It begins to manifest as passive aggression, as sudden outbursts of inexplicable rage, or as a chronic, low-level depression. You think you are burying your demons, but you are actually feeding them in the dark. The too nice person eventually becomes a vessel for the very darkness they claim to despise. Let us speak plainly. Much of what we call kindness is actually cowardice. If you are nice because you are afraid of what will happen if you are mean, then your kindness is a lie. It is a strategy of survival, not a choice of character. A person who is incapable of being dangerous cannot be virtuous. Virtue is the ability to do harm, coupled with the conscious choice to refrain from it. If you have no teeth, you aren't a pacifist. You're just a victim waiting to happen. This is why people often feel an instinctive revulsion towards someone who is too nice. Evolution has programmed us to be wary of those who hide their capacity for aggression. We don't trust them because we don't know where they stand. A man who cannot say no has a yes that is completely worthless. There is no one more dangerous than a nice person who feels unappreciated. Because they have sacrificed their own needs to please others, they begin to build a ledger of emotional debt. They become the martyr. They do favors no one asked for. They say yes to events they hate, and they smile through gritted teeth. Then they use this self-imposed suffering as a weapon. Look at everything I've done for you. They say, how could you treat me this way? This is the ultimate form of emotional manipulation. It is a tyranny of goodness. By being too nice, you are actually trying to control the people around you. You are trying to force them to like you through a form of social bribery. But love and respect cannot be bought with compliance. They can only be earned through authenticity. Why do people pull away? Why does the mirror break? It is because the human psyche is a heat-seeking missile for the truth. When you interact with a too nice person, there is a cognitive dissonance in the air. Your eyes see a smile, but your intuition feels a resentment underneath. This creates a state of psychological discomfort in others. We call it the uncanny valley of human personality. People reject the nice person because they feel they're being lied to. They feel that they are interacting with a mask, not a human being. This leads to social isolation, which the nice person then uses to fuel their narrative of being a misunderstood victim. The cycle continues. The shadow grows darker and the mirror fragments further. To be too nice is to fundamentally hate yourself. You are saying to the world, the real me is so unacceptable, so dangerous, and so flawed that I must hide him completely in order to survive. Every time you bite your tongue to keep the peace, you are committing a micro act of self-betrayal. Over decades, these acts accumulate into a mountain of self-loathing. This is a cracked texture on the shadow side of the face. It is the skin of a person who has spent their entire life trying to crawl out of their own identity. This self-hate is contagious. If you don't respect yourself enough to have boundaries, Why should anyone else respect you? The world treats you exactly the way you treat yourself. If you are a doormat, do not be surprised when people wipe their feet on you. Jungian integration requires you to find your sword. This does not mean becoming a bully. It means acknowledging that you have the capacity for destruction and bringing that power under your conscious control. When you integrate your shadow, your voice changes. Your posture changes. You stop looking at the floor. You begin to speak your truth, even when your voice shakes. This is terrifying for the nice person because it means they might be disliked. They might be rejected. But here's the secret. It is better to be hated for who you are than to be loved for who you are not. Only when you have the courage to be mean, to be firm, to be uncompromising, to be selfish when necessary, can you truly be kind. I would rather be whole than good. These words by Jung should be the mantra for every person pleaser. Wholeness means embracing the dark blue and muted red tones of the unconscious mind. It means standing in the midst of your own complexity. A whole person is someone who knows their own capacity for evil and therefore has a genuine, grounded capacity for good. They are the figure in the center of the thumbnail, facing the viewer, facing the mirror, and refusing to look away from the distortion. They have stopped trying to fix the mirror and have started fixing the person standing in front of it. To change, the nice person you have built must die. This is a painful psychological death. It feels like isolation. It feels like you're losing your friends, your family, and your standing in the community. But you aren't losing people. You are losing the people who only like your mask. This is a self-confrontation depicted in our cinematic art. It is the moment you realize that the socially acceptable side of your face is actually the dead side. The shadow side, the side with the intense, unsettling eye, is where the life is. That eye is the eye of awareness. It is the eye that sees through the bullshit. It is the eye of the soul finally waking up from a long, polite nightmare. As we close this exploration, look once more at the broken mirror. The fragments are not there to be glued back together. They are there to show you that there is no one version of you. You are a multitude. You are the saint and the sinner, the victim and the predator, the light and the dark. The danger of being too nice is that it keeps you small. It keeps you in a cage of your own making. Break the cage. Integrate the shadow. Stop asking for permission to exist. The world doesn't need more nice people. The world needs more people who are real. It needs people who have faced their darkness and decided to walk into the light anyway. Stop being nice. Start being you.